Wow, so good to see so many people here. It's sad that we have to be here, but it's joyful and such hope that we're hearing now. So that's just so wonderful. I am an ovarian cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2008. My husband has CLL, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and my son-in-law, who is here today, has just finished his chemo 2 weeks ago. And so he's had his CAT scan, and we're waiting for the good news on Monday. So we're just praying all is well, and we're hoping for the best. We have 11 friends also that are battling cancer, so we are no strangers to this wretched and vile disease. I stand here representing your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, your aunt, your uncle, your niece, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend, your BFF. Anybody can get cancer, as I'm sure you all know. I am also here on behalf of those who are no longer with us because of cancer. I know many, I've made many friends, and I've lost many friends over the years because of cancer. So it's really good to be able to honor them at events such as Relay for Life. So good on you for coming here and doing that. Once you ride that cancer train, it becomes all too familiar, and sometimes it's pretty heartbreaking, isn't it? Sometimes I even battle something called survivor guilt, and that means I feel guilty because I survived and somebody else didn't, especially when it's a younger person. That's really tough. But you know what? I combat that by coming here with people like you and make a noise, and that's what we're doing, and we're making a noise, and we're raising awareness and raising funds, and we're doing things like that. Cancer was the furthest thing from my mind when I was diagnosed with it. When I went to the doctors on April 24th, 2008, I didn't know whether I was going to live or die, but I did know that I had two choices. I could wallow in self-pity, and I could feel sorry for myself, and I did do that, and I did go through those dark days, and that's okay, you're allowed to do that. But I also know I had a second choice, and that was to put on my big girl stretchy pants and do something about it. And so that's what we're doing today when we're here, and that's what you guys are doing, being here with us today. I went through the rigors of chemotherapy. I lost my hair, I lost my dignity with all the prodding and poking and testing and all that stuff that happens. But you know what? I did not lose my faith in humanity. It kept me going, it really did. I'm a writer, and it spurred me into writing more about my journey and offering hope to people through my writing. And also, we did fundraising, so we raised funds and helped to raise awareness, just like you guys are doing tonight. And if I can offer hope that way, that's what I want to do. One thing I did find out was, and I'm a really controlling person, that I am not in control. I am not in control, actually. It was a tough pill to swallow because I like to be in control. Cancer was ravaging my body, but I refused to succumb to negativity. I did, yes, I had my days where I cried myself to sleep and I didn't know what was going on. But I decided earlier on that I might not be able to control what was going on with the cancer invading the cells in my body, but I could control my attitude. And that's what I chose to do, and that's what I know other survivors are doing, and you have to do that. That's right, you tell her, good for you. You control your attitude, right? It was really hard though when 5 years to the day that I finished my chemo that I learned that my husband had leukemia, and that was tough. And then a year and a half later, that's when we found out that my son-in-law had testicular cancer. Seriously, really? And I know you all have your stories. I'm looking at all these yellow shirts, and you can all tell your stories. I just have the privilege of standing here before you today to tell you mine. Always remember that you have those two choices though. And I think you should all look at each other right now and just say, thanks for being here. Do that, say thanks for being here, because I think you're amazing, just like the support, the family, the community. I'm from Drayton, and I'm just totally impressed what I'm hearing here about Listowel. $1 million, are you kidding me? That's amazing, so good for you. Yes, Yoo-hoo is right, good for you. Do you have any idea how that makes a people, cancer survivors, feel when you do things like that. Cancer sucks. It really does. You're right. I used to hate that saying, something sucks, but cancer really does suck. Excuse me. But one thing, that does help ease the pain and gives people like me hope is seeing talk in action. And that's exactly what you are doing today. When you participate in Relay for Life, you are truly walking the talk. So thank you. One of the best gifts that I got when I was involved in a Relay for Life somewhere else, this young girl came up to me. It was my first Relay for Life. And she just touched my arm. She looked me right in the eye and she said, "I'm really glad you're here." I burst into tears, of course, but it was really moving when she said that, because when you speak from the heart, you touch hearts, and that's exactly what you're doing. So thank you very much for making a difference to those dealing with cancer and their families right now, and for those who are no longer with us, and sad to say, for those who are not yet diagnosed. We need to get early treatments, we need to get more survivors, as was just said. And Sue has a sign, I love this sign, and it says, I know you can't really see it, but it says, "Don't count the days, make the days count." And that's my philosophy. Amen? Yeah. We have two choices, remember? Thank you very much. God bless.